Hey guys, it's Michael, and today I'm going to show you how you can turn your Rhino PDFs into digital drawings. Today we're going to be modeling this little drawing that's beside me, and I'm going to do it through a step-by-step process. I'm going to use two tools, Adobe Illustrator and Adobe InDesign. Let's get straight into it. Guys, so it's Michael again. I've opened up Adobe Illustrator and let's get started. So I'm going to go to New File. Usually there's some presets here, but it's not working right now. So I'm just going to go to Print and create my own document by setting the sizes myself. So I'm going to create an A2 document, so I'm just going to call this A2. I'm going to set the measurements to millimeters, and then I'm going to change the width from 594 to 420. I want to set this to landscape, which is already done. So I'm just going to hit create, and we're going to create a little elevation. So there's going to be three tools we're going to be using: the pen tool, the curve tool, and the properties panel. Let's get straight into it. So to create an elevation, let's start off with the curve tool. Click on the screen, click, and then create a little curve. If you want to create straight lines, you double click on a specific point, and you can hold shift to make it straight. Click, double click, hold shift, and it's straight. And then you can hit Command Z if it doesn't work, double click, and then double click to connect it and make it straight. So if you hit V, that's how you get out of the tool. You can drag this around, you can adjust the sizing, or you could like drag it around. Many things you can do. So let's just say we're going to create the little elevation. So I got my little tool here. You can just drop in an image in and it's already there. And there's like this little white outline. You're going to have this in your Rhino drawings. It sucks, but we can work around it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just double click, hit arrange, and send to the back. Bam. This section right here is now a shape, because since we connected it, now we can like change the colors and all that. But for today, we're just going to be putting in an image. Now, with our little site, let's just say we want to add trees. I'm going to introduce you now to the image trace tool. So you can just take a screenshot online. Let me drag this one in, pop it onto Illustrator, my bad. Let it load. There we go. And drag it to the side so it's just easier to work with. So I'm going to select the image. I'm going to go to image trace, three colors. What's going to happen to this image now, it's going to have three colors. I'm going to hit expand, and then from here, I'm going to go hit A for the direct select tool. And from here, I can select colors and delete them. So I click on here, delete it, and then bam, we're really getting our tree model now. Let's just say I don't want all this gray stuff and I don't want to manually do it because it's too difficult. What I can do is I can select this little shape or color, hit select, same, fill color, delete it, and then bam. Really just helps us out when it comes to getting rid of those little colors. So we're going to do it again, same, fill color, bam, gone. Now let's just say I want to have an outline of this shape. This is where the properties panel is going to come in clutch. So I'm going to hit V, select the whole shape. I'm going to turn off fill. And then what I'm going to do now is going to turn up the stroke. And now we have a simple outline of a little tree, and this works for pretty much most images. And there we go. Now we have like little trees that we can just add into our scene. We can scale them up and just copy and paste them around. Now let's just say we want to add hatching to have like a bit of a slower texture in our design. This is when we're going to use InDesign. So InDesign is this cool tool called the place feature that basically allows you to put images inside of shapes. Unfortunately, Illustrator doesn't have it, but I'm going to show you how you're going to do it. So when you want to do hatching for shape, you should only do it with one object, because if you do it all at once by copying and pasting this to InDesign, InDesign thinks this is one object and it won't allow you to put an image inside of it. I'm just going to demonstrate that real quick. So we're going to open up InDesign, which I have right here. You can go to new file. It's really similar to what we did before. You can set up the file again. So we're going to do A2. We're going to set the units to millimeters. We're going to do 594 by 420. No, it's the other way around. Actually, no, it's correct. My bad. Hit create, and bam, welcome to InDesign. You see these little lines here? If you ever don't want to see them and you want to have like a little preview, just hit W and you don't see the borders. That's what it's going to look like when it's printed. So hit W back again, and we're going to copy and paste our document. So let's go back here, select the whole shape, go back to InDesign, and this is going to be the thing I mentioned before about how you can't create shapes if you copy and paste it all at once, because now InDesign thinks it's all one thing. I can't put my little hatchings in. So you have to do it one at a time. Let me show you how it works. So let's just take this little shape, copy it from Adobe Illustrator, go to Adobe InDesign and paste. What we can do now is we can use the place feature to put in hatching. I've already got one here. So the way it works is you go to File, Place. You go to this little texture I got from the internet, open it, and if you double click on it, now you can start playing around with the image. You can move these little handles to like frame it in and make it look really nice and just like enlarge it to how you like. What you can do now is now we got like a simple hatching. You can just copy and paste this back into Illustrator and bam. We have a simple elevation, and that's basically how this all works. This little white background, this is something you're gonna have to work with, but since the image is all white, you should be able to manage with it. And yeah, that's the gist of it. I hope this helped you guys. Have a good day now.